Hey guys, let's talk about how to get away with murder. And Annalise, it seems like the walls are closing in on her just a little bit. With Sam's sisters coming to town, she has a lot of questions and she's not going away without any answers. We also find out at the end of the episode that Sam's body has been recovered from the landfill, and we just knew that that was going to happen. When we saw them dump his body in the garbage can at the end of the mid-season finale, you just knew that this was going to be revealed at some point. We get a glimpse into everybody's home life, or at least what they all did for the holidays, and how they're coping with the fact that they have killed somebody and now they're trying to cover it up. And the good thing is that they're all dealing with it in different ways, and that nobody's just okay with killing somebody. But everything is definitely starting to come to a head. And with Sam's sister coming to town, everybody's a little bit more paranoid. And it's interesting to see that finally somebody is there questioning Annalise and not letting everything go her way. We also had a case of the week where a woman had come forward that her husband had two girls trapped in their basement, and it turned out that she wasn't really helping, but she lied when she said that one of the daughters that one of the girl gave birth to died. She actually kept the child and was hoping to keep the child and raise it herself. So it was a really kind of messed up case of the week, but it had Annalise and her team off busy doing some other things other than running around frantic, hoping that they weren't going to get caught. So, like I said, when we touched base with everybody's lives over the Christmas break, Annalise was in a hotel room and she was drinking and she was not sleeping and she was, just all disoriented over the whole Christmas break into New Year's. Even Nate called her and she ignored his calls. And then finally they ended up hooking up after the fact. And we find out that his wife is sick and that he's trying to get her into some clinical trials. And obviously this is something that he's been dealing with for a while, but Annalise is aware of this. We find out that Michaela and her fiance had not a great holiday, and he actually doesn't want to marry her. So that's going to be very interesting moving forward, because she's already like nuts, and she, having this unravel in her personal life is going to just be nothing but drama. Of course, Connor tried to rekindle his relationship with his boyfriend. And it looks like they might be getting back together, which is kind of okay with me because I like the two of them. And I think it levels out Connor for sure. We also had Asher, who hung out with Henry, is that his name? Frank, sorry. He hung out with Frank over the holidays. And as we all know, he knows the truth as to what happened with Annalise's husband. And Caitlin points out, so you're basically keeping your enemies close. So he's befriending Asher so that he doesn't suspect something is going on with the group. And in fact, Frank helps out the group by stealing Connor's car and trying to get rid of it, I guess, to hide all the DNA evidence that they have in that car. And when we touch base with Caitlin's family, they're a bit of a nightmare. Well, I don't know if they're a nightmare or if it's that she just doesn't get along with her family at all. And she kind of threw a hissy fit at the dinner table because no one seems very interested in the fact that she's becoming a lawyer, and they want to just talk about some frivolous things around the dinner table. So sorry, am I calling her Caitlin? Actually, her name is Laurel. My bad. And she storms out of her family's dinner at Christmas time, and as she walks away, she's got this grin on her face like she's proud of herself for kicking up a fuss and getting kicked out. So that was very weird and interesting at the same time. So we kind of get to see what everybody's been up to, and they really didn't have a great Christmas break, put it that way. And now with the fact that, and we also found out, or not found out, but we see that Wes has been having nightmares and he's not been sleeping very well. He's having these night terrors that, he's being haunted by the fact that he is the one who literally killed Sam. So Rebecca's trying to help him out with this, and she's just really nonchalant and very flippant about the whole thing. And it's like, why aren't you freaked out about this? It's kind of weird. And then at the end of the episode, she is looking on her computer and he's all happy that he found something that's going to probably help him sleep at night. And she's like, no, we have a real nightmare. And that is when we find out that Sam's body has been recovered from a landfill. I thought the conversation that Annalise had with Sam's sister was very interesting at the end when she starts revealing the truth that she was having an affair with Nate and that she knew about Sam's affair with Lila, the dead girl, 3 months before, and that he really did have an affair, and all this truth comes out. And, I think it's obviously another devastating blow to the sister because she thought she was covering up for Sam in some way and that she knew where he was hiding, but it sort of hits her now that this isn't true. So it will be very interesting to see what happens when the reveal is revealed to everybody that Sam is not alive and is actually dead. So I can't wait to see what happens next week. All in all, it was an okay episode. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it's interesting to see, like, we're getting a glimpse into all the other students' lives and how they're really being affected by this, and exactly what Annalise is hiding in all this, like why she's so adamant to prove that Sam is the killer, is very interesting to me. Is she the one who killed Lila? Like, what is going on? And then the other thing that we delved a little deeper into is the fact that the guy who was living in the apartment that Wes is now living in, he's getting letters from his family to that address. So, Wes is wondering, like, why do they still think he lives there when he's been gone all this time? So we're starting to get a little bit deeper into that. And we all know that there's claw marks on the wall and all this kind of stuff. So all that is very suspicious. So it'll be very interesting, again, to see what happens when all of that stuff gets revealed in the future. All right, guys, let me know what you thought of this week's episode, and I will see you next week. Bye.